Hello and welcome back to my Mounjaro journey. It's Monday, and this week I've done my video a bit late because we had a funeral on Friday. As usual, the disclaimer is all the advice and things I talk about on here are my journey pertaining to me and my medical conditions. I am not professional. I'm not a medical professional. I can offer no medical advice. If you have any medical questions, please ask your GP, doctor, consultant, whatever. And also, I don't purchase my Mounjaro. I get it on the NHS for metabolic issues, which are my liver, spleen, type 2 diabetes, and blood pressure. And I also have underactive thyroid. So there we go. That's in a nutshell. If you're new here, welcome. And you'll get to know me more on my journey. So this week I went to a funeral on Friday, so I didn't get a video sorted out for you. This is only going to be a quick one because I haven't jabbed, and it is, I can't see because it's on the phone. Hold on. 1:30. So I need to get and do that. I'm not feeling too bright today, to be fair. I had a bit of with the funeral and things over the weekend. It's been a bit, I felt a bit icky this morning, and we spent some time out in the garden yesterday with the doggy, and himself planted a cherry tree, which I'd purchased, a morello cherry tree. Whether we'll get any cherries off it, I don't know, but it'll have nice blossom. It's not very big, but it will start to blossom quite quickly. And also I bought a stellata magnolia, and he planted that up for me. I'm hoping as I come down maybe another stone and a half, maybe two, let's go 2 stone, I should be able to start at least having a little bit of a go at gardening myself, because I should be smaller. Okay, right. So as I'm coming from this from a metabolic and type 2 angle, this week's figures, it's literally, I'm going to be very quick this week. My blood glucose has been balancing around 6 and 7s. Not too bad, mainly 6s. But I got a 5.2 this morning, so I was happy with that. So that is the mmol per litre, which is the UK finger prick testing measurement. If you want to find out what that is as an HbA1c in both the US and the UK, just go and Google HbA1c calculator, and you can put my 5.2 in the mmol per litre box, and you'll see where that figures in the HbA1c. That's not a guarantee that that's what my HbA1c is, but you're getting the idea that this is the area that I'm getting to. So blood glucose is good. Bit of an odd week. I went and had what I thought were ingrown toenails clipped. They weren't ingrowing, but they were pressing against they were a bit long and pressing against, on my big toe, this is, pressing against my toe. And so the chiropodist took it down a bit lower, but I seem to have 2 blisters, one on each toe, which is not good if you have type 2. However, I think she took them a bit too low, and I was wearing a pair of shoes that were a little bit, not tight, they're new-ish, so they were a bit tighter than an old baggy pair of shoes you'd slip on. And I think what happened is where the nail ended, because if you look at my fingernail there, there we go, where the line is, she cut literally millimetres above the line on my big toes. And so all that area that's white effectively was exposed, and what that exposed was skin underneath. So, I mean, I've had it on this one, as you can see, it's quite low. Um, you know what it's like when you um, do a nail or it catches and it rips and it's low and it's really sore for ages. Well, I had these shoes on with a thin pair of socks. It was a very cold day, but I used a thin pair of socks because I thought they're easier to get on and off for the chiropodist. My feet were quite cold, to be fair, and I had to go shopping afterwards, go and pick up some stuff for the dog, and I had ended up with a blister on each big toe. It's very sore, or has been incredibly sore. I can only assume that she cut it too short. Not deliberately, she was trying to do what was best for the toe, but she exposed too much skin that was under the nail, and where normally if it pushed against, if you look at it like that, if it pushed against the nail, it wouldn't rub, or if it rubbed against the nail, it wouldn't rub the skin. If that nail wasn't there, it would rub against the exposed skin, which was not as it's not as sort of like, not calloused, but it's not so open to the air and is more likely to get sore. So I've been living with that all week, and had to go to the funeral with feet that weren't feeling brilliant. They should have been feeling a lot better, but hey ho. I'm gonna. It's improving. It's less sore, but obviously the nail's got to grow, and until the nail grows, I won't know whether it's healing properly. I still have a NHS chiropody appointment because I have type 2, so we shall see what happens with that. Okay, so my blood pressure has been up and down, but it's coming down. I had a 146 over 87. Not as good as last week's 128 over 82, was it? I can't remember now. But yeah, it's coming down, and that's the most important thing. I did go and have my fringe cut, and it looked really nice. My hair looks dreadful again. It looked really nice. She can't. This bit here, I'd gone way too short and too far back. And she said, oh, and there's a bit there you can't see as well. And she said, if I trim that, it's going to unbalance from this side. Well, this side looks terrible today. And it's going to unbalance, and you've left it at a funny length. So anyway, she's said if we do that, she will sort it out for me in 8 weeks. So I'm going to go back in 8 weeks, and hopefully it'll have grown to a point where it looks better. But she used a hot brush to make it nice and smooth, and it looked fabulous when she did it. And I managed to do that for the funeral. But by the end of the day, this bit, I hadn't put anything on it, and I was also sitting like that, which I tend to do. And that's where that goes. But yeah, I mean, it was only £6.50 for a fringe trim, so it wasn't the greatest. But she did what she could, because I'd really mullered my hair. So I felt a bit rubbish about that as well. So at the funeral, I mean, very sad, but I'd not seen a lot of the people for about 8 months, and I was getting some really nice I was trying to say compliments and comments at the same time. Compliments and comments. Most people said, you're looking very well. Okay, looking very well. That was their fishing, I suppose. I told a couple of people that I know quite well, but I didn't go into it with everybody. I certainly didn't tell anybody what I'm taking, because there is a big controversy, especially on a lot of the online groups that are not sort of like type 2 groups, get a bit snobby about the fact you should be doing all this, lowering your blood sugar without any medication. Well, some people have to have it. Yes, if people go totally carb free, but yeah, they can bring it down. But is it sustainable for everybody? Don't think so. One of the moderators, his advice always is everything in moderation, which I sort of agree with, because if you cut everything out, you're going to want it more. You're going to crave it more. I'm just careful about what I eat. I've also been quite well aware that the issue of gallstones, I have gallstones. Touch wood, I've never had an issue with them. My hepatologist obviously knows I have gallstones because she's seen them in my ultrasounds. But I have not cut out all fat. I've never cut out all fat. So I haven't gone onto a low-fat diet, which I think this can set a lot of people's gallstones off. Now, I may actually be proved very wrong later on, but I am erring on the side of, if I keep some small amount of fat in my diet, because I obviously need to not have a lot of fat in my diet for my liver, but also there are good fats like avocado specifically, that you need to have to help with your liver. So the idea was not cutting out everything bad, especially fats, so it didn't knee-jerk a reaction from my gallbladder. Fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. As I say, I may live to regret what I've said. But anyway, everything in moderation, this guy says. And he turned his type 2 around, lost a lot of weight. Yes, he did it with diet, but he still did it, everything in moderation, didn't cut everything out. So, excuse me, this is how I'm going about it. I'm not going no carb. I'm not going no fat or low fat. I am just eating sensibly, I guess. But obviously with Mounjaro, you don't always feel hungry. So sometimes you scrabble around for things to eat that probably aren't. They're not bad, but you could probably do better, in the sense of, I have some cottage cheese on some bread because I'm not that hungry. Probably would be better to have a cottage cheese salad with lettuce and tomato and cucumber, blah, blah, blah. But I don't fancy it. So, anyway. So that's how I'm sort of dealing with it. Everything in moderation. Yeah. So maybe things like the blood pressure will be slower because I'm not cutting everything out 100%. So, this week's weight loss. As I say, feeling quite nice that people were giving me these compliments, saying I looked good, I was looking well. And the few people that did find out would go, oh my goodness. And they're probably looking at me going, oh my goodness, I can't see she's lost anything, because I can't. I do know my jean size has come down. We've discussed this before, so I'm not embarrassed anymore. It's come down from a size 32, and I'm currently wearing jeggings at a size 28, and these jeggings are getting loose. I have 3 pairs of size 26 awaiting in the wings when these are no longer suitable to wear. So, my bra is getting looser, though I seem to have one boob smaller than the other at the moment. Happens, I guess. It's not, the body doesn't say, we've got to take 3 inches off of both sides. It just goes, it's going there. And if it's not going the other side, it's not going to it doesn't have an aesthetic, does it? and my knickers are falling down. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? They're getting so loose. So I ordered a pair of 24 26s in the hope that they will, not a pair, a pack, 2 packs, in fact, of 24 26s in black and one in a colour, but they might not be suitable because they didn't say that they were elasticated only around the waist, so they might not be right. We shall see when they turn up. So yeah, things are moving. Weight loss. So for those that are new here, we'll go through it. So I started at laugh, giggle, go, take the mickey, I don't care. 194.5 kilos, which is equating to 30 stone 8 pounds or 30.5 pounds. 30.5 stone, not pounds. Oh, shut up, Mel, you've been stupid. Which is 428.8 pounds. Today's weigh-in was 163.4 kilos, which is 25 stone 10 pounds 3.77 ounces, or 25 stone 10.24 pounds, or 360.24 pounds. I'm looking at the numbers down here. So my loss in kilos is 31.1 kilos. 4 stone 12 9.02 ounces, or 4 stone 12.56 pounds. Sorry, yeah, 4 stone 12 pounds. Right, and that is 68.56 pounds. So, 1.5 pounds, £70 loss. Then I've only got to do another 30 and I'll have hit Wonderland. Lost the 100. So £31.5 to go. Let's keep going, eh? I got a jab today. I'm not feeling 100% bright. My breakfasty lunch, which was some eggs, poached eggs on crumpets, which I feel it's a bit heavy, and I've been sneezing, that's why I got a red nose. But I feel a bit flushed today, so yeah, I'm going to go and have a drink of water. I cannot express how much you must keep drinking on Mounjaro. If you don't drink, you get dehydrated, and the two things that can cause problems with dehydration is, one, your kidneys. You can get kidney disease or kidney damage, and once you've damaged your kidneys, it doesn't heal. Okay, so you must keep your water flow going. And the other thing is your blood can coagulate and get thick and cause blood clots, and you don't want that. So I know these are two medical things, and I said don't take anything I say to heart, blah blah, under the disclaimer, but you only have to look those up and do cross-referencing across Google, not just one place, but even go to the NHS. Keeping yourself hydrated is incredibly important, and I've found, and I'm not the only one, that on Mounjaro you really do forget to drink because you forget to eat. Drinking and eating, are synonymous with each other, obviously. So you need to drink as well as eat. But keeping hydrated is very important. So I'm going to go and do that now. And I'm going to love you and leave you, and I shall see you later on in the week, and we shall see whether I've lost or whatever, or whether this sneezing fit I had turns into a cold, or who knows. Anyway, so I hope you have a good week. For those of you on your Mounjaro journeys, keep going. I hope you're doing very well. And for those that are thinking of starting, well, there's no time like the present, but make sure you get advice, especially if you have any other health conditions, or check that you don't have any underlying health conditions, with your professional, your GP, your doctor. And yeah, I wish you all the best of luck. So I shall see you later on in the week. And I've been a little bit, it's only 20 minutes. Better than last week. I'll get it shorter, I swear I will. Okay, have a great week, and I'll see you Friday or Saturday, whenever I post it up. Bye.